Yeah, taxi? Huh?
See?
Well, take me to the Public Works Department, will you?
I'm sorry, I got
What's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, I've got another.
What do you think is another affair? You want to taxi?
Excuse me, sir. You can't possibly go in.
Angelo James. Andy Murphy, Commissioner.
Sir? This is Mr. Angelo James, Chief of Police on Yard.
How are you?
Hello.
That's it, eh?
Yes, that's the truck. We've got a volunteer to drive it. His name's Petrazzi.
You look happy enough.
You want to come along?
Sure, why not?
How far is it?
Oh, about another 18 kilometers.
Countryside all like this?
No. We'll be coming to the mountains.
Hope it breaks it, right? Hey, somebody up there.
What?
Look.
Someone kill me.
Signor Devento, Superintendent of Public Works. This is Mr. James. Not a pleasant incident with which to greet you, Mr. James.
No, not very.
Do sit down. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't staged specially for you.
Oh?
Why not? It was an example. The Mafia always leads by example. What happened? The government say we will build a dam in Tarafino. The Mafia says good. Many building contracts. Lots of money.
Yes, lots of money for them.
Of course. The dam would go on being built for 20 years. 20 years of blackmail. So instead, the government gives the contracts to firms from the north.
Yes, which the local contractors don't like at all.
Neither they nor their master. So, strange things start happening. 12, 14 years I have been superintendent here. Not once have we ever had a fire. Now, 3 in 2 weeks. Every time new materials are delivered. And now this.
Yes, I know the pattern.
Do you?
Yes. How does it start? Sand in the petrol tank. Men turn up for work and then go sick. Then they don't turn up at all. So on. I expect it.
I don't. You're an idealist, Enrico. Perhaps. But this is my home, Terrafino. The end of the earth in your language, Mr. James, and to most people it would be. Not to me. I love Terrafino. I love its people.
Oh, that's good. Most people like you eventually wind up in the north, or at least go as far as Rome. Certainly, Terrafino's dead. And it will stay dead until it's developed in some way.
Exactly! You know what the unemployment figures are in the Mezzogiorno district. Not 1 man in 4 works. Families exist on a starvation level. There is a terrible grinding poverty which breaks a man's soul. Here in prosperous Europe, not China or India, southern Italy.
Well, that's one of the reasons the dam was projected in the first place, isn't it? To create more jobs for people. That's partly what it's about.
And to see that they don't get those jobs, to see that any benefits go into other pockets. That is what the Mafia is all about.
Tranquilo, Amico. No, he's right. That's the key, isn't it? If somebody's going to put a bullet in you because you turn up for work, what do? You go somewhere else. Here, there's nowhere else to go. They either work or they starve. So, if they've got any guts, they'll work.
It's not as simple as that. It's not that easy.
Well, nothing's easy, is it?
These people are not cowards. Many of them during the war took to the mountains to fight the Germans. But they are simple, ignorant people. They have a faith and they have a superstition. The Mafia preys on them like a fairy tale giant, and they accept it.
Well, we better start some classes in education.
No, Enrico's right. Do you know the men in this town would tramp 50 kilometers a day to do a job? If they could find
But
one.
they won't work here. They're too frightened to work where they can get good wages.
It's better to live than die. A dead man's no good to his family.
Yes, but nobody would die. You wouldn't die if you would all turn up together. The Mafia lives on fear. Kill the
And
fear.
by example. That's how simple people are taught. Like by blowing up an explosive truck. One truck. Yes, one truck. One man's life. It is enough. Even peasants know that you can't build a dam without blasting. Who is going to drive the next explosive truck? Already the contractors to the north have had enough. They haven't started the job yet and their profit margin is reduced to nothing. Believe me, before long they're going to get out. And you don't need to guess who's going to take over.
No, I don't.
And if that happens, it'll be total victory over the police, the government, the Anti-Mafia Commission, over the contractors. And most of all, over the minds of an abject and depressed people.
No.
Yes. I know all about Mr. Angelo James. But how can we be blamed? When the truck blew up, we were all in the cafe playing dominoes, eh?
Mr. James won't make any difference.
Anti-Mafia Commission South. Now, what would Mr. James want with me? I'm a building contractor. I want work for my men. And there's plenty of work at the dam, but we do not work for foreigners from the north. That's our tax. This man is not a policeman. He's not going to order an inquiry into Patraschi's death. That's Fagnani's job. Fagnani's a good policeman, very conscientious. He just finds it difficult to get witnesses. I still say we are taking this man James too lightly. He's here to cause trouble. Well, if he wants trouble, I expect he'll find it. Yeah, the sooner the better.
Now, look, Jack. We take orders. I do as I'm told, you do as you're told. Is that clear?
See, Papa.
Fagnani, James, Vendetta at the Public Works. None of them can do anything. To build a dam, you've got to blast the mountainside. And who in this town now is going to volunteer to drive a truck full of explosives?
These rich companies, they'll offer a small fortune.
It'd need a very poor man to exchange his life for money, even a small fortune.
There are many poor men. Yes, but even the richest company in Milan can't afford too many widows' pensions.
But these people are getting restless.
Well, let them be restless. They'll work, but for friends, not strangers. And the friends will take care of them if they're patient.
I still say we are being too complacent. Since this anti-mafia commission was formed, hundreds of people have been arrested. Agents like Angelo James are responsible for...
Anti-mafia? What mafia? Huh? It's a superstition, a story they always tell about the South, about Sicily. I don't know anything about the mafia. You know?
Mafia?
What's that? No, Caro. Don't worry about Mr. James. He's come here too late. Already I know the contractors will be meeting to consider the cancellation of the whole project.
Well, don't you think James will be there to see they don't cancel?
Look, Johnny, what do you think they're building this dam for? For the people. For you and me. Oh, no. No, this is a government conspiracy. They don't like it because we rule here and they don't. And they're trying to destroy it. Now, the mafia, if it exists, isn't going to like that. And if they're responsible for getting the Northerners out, they're not going to let Mr. Angelo James try to make them change their mind. If the mafia exists, Mr. James will be killed.
Thank you, Mrs. Petracci. I know this has been difficult for you. That will be all. Thank you. Angelo James.
Aware of the responsibility I assume before God and man with this oath, I swear.
Yes. You were traveling in the police car with Chief Fagnani.
That's correct. About 12 kilometers outside the town, I observed a man lying or crouching on a hill. I then observed him throw something down into the road, and this was followed by the explosion.
And in your opinion, whatever the man threw caused the explosion. You consider the two incidents might be connected?
But in view of the fact that sections of a hand grenade were subsequently found in the wreckage, I did draw that conclusion, yes.
Yes, well, we will be calling on scientific evidence to support that theory. I think that's all, Mr. James.
But I'd like to say something more, if I may.
Yes.
I think everybody in this town should be aware of exactly why I'm here. And I think everybody in this town should be aware, too, that this court is holding something more today than just a coroner's inquest into the death of a brave young man. I think everybody in this town should be aware that this court is really holding today an inquiry into the Mafia. Yes, the Mafia. That word that nobody ever says. That organization that nobody ever will admit exists. But it does exist. And it exists here. And the Mafia is holding this town, this whole area, to ransom.
Mr. James, I'm not sure that this is relevant.
It's relevant. Nothing is more relevant. Nothing else is relevant. Terrafino can either stay in the grip of an outdated, outworn, so-called honored society, or it can move forward into the second half of this century where it belongs.
We are considering the death of Mario Petracci.
So am I. So am I. His death and the death of this town, because this town is dying, you know. And you people are helping it to die. You are ensuring poverty for yourselves for the rest of your lives. And what's worse, you're ensuring poverty for your children. And your children's children. Mario Petracci was a hero. Mario Petracci had the guts to say, I want to work. Why should I be denied the right to work? He volunteered to drive a truckload of explosives to the dam, and the Mafia murdered him. They murdered him as an example to you and to me. And now it's up to you to make up your minds whether that man died in vain. And if he did, to remember that he died for you. But I'm here to tell you that he did not die in vain, because that dam is going to be built. It's going to be built.
as a monument to Versace, as a monument to other people like us, a monument to courage. It is because its walls will stand as the tombstones in this town of ignorance, of fear, of superstition and apathy. That has got to be built because I've been sent here to see that it's built.
Order! Cause to concern.
No, gentlemen. Not this time. I'm still alive. And so is he. I could have killed him, but I didn't. This little character was set to make an example of me, of how not to cross the Mafia. But instead, I'm going to set a little example for the Mafia. With him.
Your trusted Marco.
Marco has never failed me before.
Well, he has now. This Angelo James means to make fools of all of us.
He'll not make fools of the friends.
Oh? And what will the friends do?
I await instructions.
You had instructions.
Yeah, send Marco.
To kill James, not to send Marco.
Yeah. Oh, what's the matter with you?
Old men. Don't know what you're doing.
Johnny. I'll forget that you said that. But don't you ever dare to repeat it. And always remember that though we also are friends, we could be killed. Just like that. If someone gave the order.
Then why don't they do something about this Angelo James?
They will.
Well, that's Marco on the lock and key.
Small fish with a catch.
You still got to bring him to trial.
Oh, that's all right. You've got plenty of witnesses.
They won't give evidence.
No, you make them. Get written statements from them while their memory's good.
And if they won't give them?
Then you arrest them. Charge them as accomplices.
Want all of them?
Sure. See if they prefer that.
That's not going to make me a very popular man in this town.
Well, you should worry. You'll be a damn sight more popular than I am.
Angelo, please. Don't drive yourself too much. First, try and get a few people on your side.
Well, how do I do that? How do I get anybody on my side until I show that it's safe to talk to me? Nobody will come to me until I prove that there's one man in this town at least who isn't afraid of the Mafia.
Or like today.
But Marco, that's nothing. I just held Marco and the friends up to a little ridicule. They're susceptible to that too, you know.
Oh, I do know. That's why I'm asking you to be careful. I mean, even more careful. Nobody makes a laughing stock of the Mafia.
Oh, I don't particularly want to. There's nothing to laugh at. All I want to do is show that they are just men. They're not mythical gods whose vengeance is inescapable.
Yes, but you've got to stay alive to do that.
Well, I intend to.
Angelo, look, I'm trying to help you. You've made a test of their armor. Good. Leave it at that for a bit.
You can't leave it at that. Look, there's no counter-punching with the Mafia, you know. Their first punch tends to be the final one.
All right, then. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's, Marco. You know who he works for?
Giuseppe, Franco, go and get some coffee. Leonard. Quickly. Marco works for a man called Batista.
Is he the capo?
Oh, no, I doubt it. He's a mafioso, all right, so he stands to win some good contracts if the northern firms pull out. And he almost certainly sent Marco after you. Well, of course, we never prove it.
Well, I don't particularly want to. If Marco and Batista work for somebody else, then that's the man I want.
Well, that's the man I want, but I don't know who he is. You know, I've lived here all my life, and even I run up against the wall of silence. So what chance have you got?
In theory, none at all. In practice, who knows? You've no idea who it could be.
Oh, yes, I've an idea. I've several ideas. There's a man called Keanu. Now, he owns a slaughterhouse, and I suspect that more than cattle have been slaughtered there, but I don't know. There's another called Clavio. Has a small farm just outside the town. Now, he's a strange old man. Everyone seems to fear him. Why? I don't know. Let us for Barney. He has
All right.
hotel.
All right, if it's as misty as that at the top, I'll start at the bottom.
James, you're coming here. Nobody sees my father without an appointment. My father is a busy man.
Signor James has already demonstrated to all of us how well able he is to take care of himself. He probably likes you to hate him. Oh, you're Batista. Signor Batista, Signor James. And that fool Marco that was sent to kill me works for you. 50 men work for me. Do you expect me to lay my own bricks, drive my own machine, paint my own walls? No, nor do your own killing. Nor, I suspect, give your own orders. What's the matter with you? Huh? You look like you're about to burst a blood vessel. I'll tell you why I came here.
We were told why you came.
Well, I didn't come here to talk about the Mafia, because we know that doesn't exist, don't we? Now, I came to talk about Mario Petracci.
The hero.
Yes, the hero. At least he's going to be one. When the dam is built? Yes. So you were told I was coming here. You were told I was coming to Terrafino. You were told what I was going to do. And you were told to teach me a little lesson, weren't you? Look, Senor James, I'm a businessman. Of what interest are you to me? To you, not much. But to your bosses, I'm very interesting. Now, I'll tell you 2 things. One, I don't learn lessons. And 2, I've been up against the best. You know that, Batista? If you don't, your bosses do. The best. People who don't make the kind of stupid mistakes you make. People who don't send some poor fool to do their dirty work for them that can be traced directly back to them. Thank you. I thought I might have been up against somebody with brains.
Well, shut that door!
You're absolutely right. The teacher and his son run Terrafino. Up against and bring them out the open.
Against you and me.
Oh, that's no good. They won't come out in the open against us. At least until they're very sure of themselves. No, I've got to find somebody in this town that's willing to make a stand against them.
You won't find anybody.
Why not? You did. But he's dead. That's it. The widow. What's her name? Oh,
Carla Petracci.
Petracci. She'll make a stand in memory of her dead husband.
Angelo, just a moment.
No, I said I'd make that damn a monument to Petracci. I'll do it.
A monument to a mafioso.
To a what?
Angelo, I didn't tell you this before because you
didn't tell me what?
Petracci was no hero. He was a thief. A bully. A troublemaker. He was no good. He never worked even when there was work. Except cheap, strong-arm stuff for Batista. Petracci was a mafioso.
You let him fly the truck.
I had no choice. There was nobody else. Anyway, he volunteered for the job, so I thought perhaps he might have fallen out with Batista. Yes, all right, I didn't know. I couldn't be sure, so I took a chance.
So did he.
Did he? Well, that's what I thought at the time. But now, my guess is that he drove that truck on Mafia orders. There was probably some sort of diversion plan for us, and Petracci would have stolen the truck. But then you came, so they decided to use him. They sacrificed him. Quite deliberately.
Well, well. I'd like to talk to you about your husband.
Please go away.
No, it's all right. I really just want to ask you a few questions.
I won't answer you.
I don't see why not.
My husband is dead. Nothing will bring him back.
No, nothing will bring him back, but you don't write people off just because they're dead, do you? Surely they live on, even if it's only a memory.
That is a personal thing.
So personal that you don't want to share it even with the town that he was trying to save.
My husband wanted to work, that is all.
Yes, and the Mafia didn't want him or anybody else to work, did they? That's why they killed him.
Don't believe you.
No, you don't. And I know why you don't. Because you know that your husband worked for the Mafia, and that's why you think they wouldn't kill him. Well, you're wrong, because that's exactly why they did kill him. It's easier, you see, with one of their own men. There's no repercussions. And anyway, Mario had outlived his usefulness. How old was he? 26. And he'd outlived his usefulness.
Please go
What's
away.
the matter? Don't you want to talk about it? Why not? We both know it's the truth, so why shouldn't we talk about it? Or is it because you don't want to admit it, even to yourself? Or is it because you're afraid of the Mafia?
You. What do you know of the Mafia?
Enough. I know enough to know that you've got to help me if you want to help yourself. Now, either you're against them, which means you should have had the courage to come out and denounce them, or you're not, which means there's a code that you have to keep to, and that's it, isn't it? You mustn't talk.
Omerta.
You want to be a good mafiosa, Carla? You know, if you were a good mafiosa, it would be your duty to revenge your husband.
Vendetta.
You heard what I said in the courtroom. Maybe all of it wasn't quite true. I didn't know that at the time, but I saw your face. And you'd like your husband to be a hero, wouldn't you? Well, I don't know about the dam standing as a monument to him as a hero, but I tell you what it could do. It could stand as a mark of your revenge on his killers.
Yes, but what can I do?
Tell the truth. That's all. Just tell the truth.
No. You're a stranger here. Soon you go away. But I have to live here, and you expect me alone to defy the Mafia?
No, not alone. Not alone. With me.
You're so brave. Why don't you drive the truck of explosives to the dam? Well?
All right. All right. I have to prove myself to you. I'll do it. I'll drive a truck to the dam. And I'll tell the Mafia I'm doing it. I'll tell the whole town I'm doing it. And I'll tell them where, and I'll tell them when. And I'll tell them I'm no Mario Petracci, who just thinks he's going to steal a truck for the Mafia. And no bomb on the road is going to surprise me, because I'll be expecting it.
See? So, Johnny? James has been to see Carla Petracci.
Oh?
You'd better go along there and talk to her. She's upset. You know, I think we ought to look after her. Mario was a good boy, always did his work well.
Drunk, a pig, stupid.
Oh, no, Johnny, you shouldn't think ill of the dead. Mario was a good friend, and friends will want to honor his memory.
You mean offer her money?
Yes, a small pension. That's the least we could do.
How much does she know?
I don't know how much that stupid fool Mario told her. Don't find out. Oh, and Johnny, there's a wild rumor flying around the town that Mr. Angelo James has said that he will drive a truck to the dam.
What? An explosive truck? For when? Is it true?
That's true or not, it'll destroy Mr. James. Either he does not drive the truck, in which case the people will think that he's just talking big, or he does.
Suicide.
Now, go and see Carla.
Oh, does it matter now?
It matters a lot. Keep her on our side. Make her happy. You know, she's an attractive woman. She must be missing her husband quite a lot.
Lunatic! Did you look around? Did you see the town? seem to smile at you, when only yesterday they respected you. You imagine they think you're brave? They don't. Sit down. They think of you what I think of you.
Thanks very
You
much.
let the Mafia provoke you into a stupid act.
It wasn't the Mafia that provoked me.
If you don't make the drive, you lose face completely. If you do make the drive, there are 25 kilometers of rough country between here and the site. That's 100 places where that truck could be ambushed.
I know.
Well, I won't be able to help you. If I had an armored regiment, I couldn't stop them, and nor will you. Now, listen. If you take my advice, you'll go back to Rome now. Better than lose face and lose your life.
But why are you so certain that I'm going to lose my life? Why does everybody in this town accept that the Mafia always wins? Perhaps if a few people didn't accept it, like the chief of police, for instance, things might be a little different here.
I'd hate to think you meant that, Angelo.
I don't mean it. I'm sorry. All right. You're right. Does that make you happy? You're right. I'd let the Mafia provoke me into doing a stupid act. But it was because I wanted to be provoked. But we can't just stand around anymore waiting for something to happen. Somebody had to do something to break the deadlock.
Yes, but is this the way to do it?
I don't know. All I know is a truck has to get to the dam, right? Right or wrong, suicide or not suicide, a truck must go to the dam. Well, somebody has to drive it. This is disastrous, isn't it?
Yes, I understand. Yes, all right, I'll see to that. No, there'll be no trouble. It'll be done. Very well, sir. I'll let you know directly. Goodbye.
Trouble?
Yes. There's been a conference of all the main contractors. They've decided to get out.
When?
Don't worry, they know what's going on in the town. So they decided to wait to see if Angelo James gets that truck through or not. Is he still going? He's mad.
I know, I told him.
It is worth a Mafia dummies like Batista getting the contract. I'd like to see them get out. Cowards.
I suppose you can't blame them.
Not blame them. When they put a man's life in the balance before they dare make a decision. Is the truck ready?
Yes, it's here. The explosives arrived from Milan this morning.
When?
3 o'clock.
They know?
The whole town knows.
Well, what are you going to do? Have you asked for more men?
No, I haven't. James is going alone.
Alone?
Yes. He insists.
He must be a very lonely man at this moment. Mr. Angelo James.
Yes, he's lonely, all right. But you know, in a way, I trust him. I mean, I trust him to get through. But I don't know how.
Yes, he's a brave man with something more than just courage. Something inside that makes him wage a kind of vendetta against the vendetta. And with the same ruthless determination as the Mafia.
Yes, I know what you mean. And no one lifts a hand to help him.
What's this?
Money? The kind of pension. For Mary.
Why?
He was a friend.
Is that why you murdered him?
Someone's been talking to you. Who?
You know who.
He's a stranger, a foreigner.
He's not Italian.
Ah, what does he know of us, of our customs?
He knows a lot. Did you know he's driving a truck to the dam? Well,
No doubt someone will bury him.
anything left to bury. Wasn't it, Mario? Take it, I don't want it.
You need it.
I need it, but I don't want it. Christmas money. You murdered my husband. You'd rather haul for money than take this.
No need for that. You don't have to sell yourself. I will keep you,
Is that part of the pension?
if you like.
No, I don't like. Whatever Mario was, he was king next to fools like you and your father. stupid. Ralph, a fighter but not a killer. Now get out, you coward murderer! Get out, you murderer!
5 minutes.
My way. Thank you. Well, now I'll be on my way.
No, wait. I will come with you.
Good girl.
Yes, he left 5 minutes ago. Everything's taken care of, same as the Mario. You hear the explosion from here. Dark. What is it, Franco?
James has just left the town.
Yes, 5 minutes ago, I know that.
No, he's just gone. He stopped his truck outside my cafe. And then there was an incident.
Incident? What is it?
A fight. But he is gone now. And Carla Petracci's gone with him.
And she must be mad, too. She wants to be a passenger to her death. All right, let her join, Mario.
There was another passenger.
I don't care. If anyone in Serafina wants to make an ally of this Angelo James, he makes an enemy of the Mafia. Anyone riding in that truck will die, and that's an order. And no one disobeys the Mafia order. Who was it?
Your son, Gianni.
John? Forgot to put the pin back.
down there to pick them up, take them to the site. In about an hour. Right. Bye. More men reporting for work. That's a couple of dozen this morning. And 3 trucks of Black Ball and arrived at the dam. Oh, Mr. James, you've beaten them.
Well, we won the first round.
You've beaten them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, you must excuse me. Goodbye. Come on now. Take to the boat myself.
Goodbye, Vendetta.
You're right, Angelo. One shot doesn't win a bat.
Well, at least by the first shot, we've hit home.
Yes. And they're not fighting back, are they?
No, they'll go to ground. They'll wait. Endless patience, endless self-control. That's the Mafia.
Yes, they'll wait. For you, for me, and for them.
Well, if somebody's waiting to kill you, what do? You just ready all the time. Wait with the same patience, same self-control. That's how I keep alive. And that's how you've got to keep this town alive.
I'll keep it like that.